Alert. The control point is being contested.
One, no. What is up, bitches? My name is Dr. Shadow Puppet, and I am joined by the ever-lovely, the ever-fabulous, the ever-head-crab, Mr. Salamancer.
There we go. The ever-head crab is absolutely right. I got my head crab in the mail just today, barely in time for Halloween, so I'm really excited to cast this game. And let's just get off of my ugly mug here and watch us some Team Fortress 2. Go over these teams for us here, Shadow Puppet, because we do have at least one good game for you tonight, possibly two.
Well, I think that this needs a little bit more introduction here, because Salamancer, I do believe that this is the first shoutcast of the ESEA Season 10 season.
I believe that is correct. Somebody is asking why I don't have a pizza hat on, and the answer is that was on my channel, twitch.tv/fatmop, F-A-T-M-O-P. So if you want to see that, you're going to have to go over there and find the VOD. Right now, yeah, it looks like we do have almost everybody in this game. I'm waiting anxiously in anticipation for our first cast of the new ESEA season. Of course, actually, I did cast a game earlier today. I have not uploaded it to YouTube yet. It will be uploaded overnight, and we'll see it tomorrow. But yeah, I actually have casted a game that happened yesterday between the Fruit Dealers and what was it called? Poisonous Timberwolves, which I gotta say they have a pretty funny team name.
So what you're saying is that though we were beaten by a vodcast from you, it's not been uploaded yet, so I still get to be that nerd star that sits in his room and is the first. He gets to have that first comment, and he feels so powerful. He raises his fist up in the air and he yells to the world first. His cat looks at him funny, but deep in his heart he knows he's a winner. Is that who I am tonight here, Salamancer?
Yeah. That's a pretty good way of describing it there. We're just missing one person right now, and I think the person we are missing is from SQC, which, go over those teams for me one more time. I keep forgetting.
I'm gonna need, that's true, hang on here. I'm gonna need a second here to Alt-Tab and find this game, because here it is. Point and click versus Squirrel Clickers.
Squirrel Clickers.
I cannot find myself the rosters.
Okay, well, let me just tell you right now that the point-and-click roster appears to be Charles Barkley, Tool, Mouse, Zachary, One or Own, and Overseer.
It's Owen. It's Owen. And
Owen.
Owen is an old player of extremely high caliber on Scout, I do believe. We'll see when he's playing tonight. I don't know the roster that they have going on here. Dancing Queen is, of course, everybody's favorite Cash 50. I think he should be taking over the medic spot. I think that is what he has decided his main class is. Over on the point, no, that's Squirrel. They've got them. They're not on the same team here. They're confusing the hell out of me. So I guess we're going to take the Squirrel route then here and say that we've got Dancing Queen, who is Cash 50, Smarf, Sleepy, JP, and Sal, but not Salamancer. I do believe that is the one, the only, the Dr. Salvador.
Ah, okay. I did hear them talking in-game before I turned my voice off. They were saying, shout out to Sal, and I said, wait, how do they know I'm casting? But it turns out they were just talking about their own teammate.
No, actually, at that point in time, they did know you were casting.
Oh.
These players have been informed.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I still prefer to think they were talking about their teammate, because I'd rather they be shouting out to him than me, honestly. These guys are the stars tonight. We are watching Point and Click against the Squirrel Clickers.
Of course, the joke there being that Point and Click used to be the Nerd Stars last season, or at least most of that roster.
Wait, what's joke about that? I sailed over my head.
You said the real stars of this match.
Oh.
And then I'm going to have to ask you to keep up with me here,
Oh, man. I'm not sure if it's going to be possible tonight. It is, after all, the night of Halloween. So thank you guys for tuning in to XTV. And, of course, if you're new here and you do like competitive Team Fortress 2, or, you know, if you like waiting around while players start to play their game of Team Fortress 2, hit the follow button. You will get an email every time we go live.
I have personally scrimmed both of these teams, and they're looking quite strong this season, I have to say. I'm not going to call them tippity top of open, because there's a lot of good teams with invite players on open, but I gotta say that these two teams are looking very strong for playoff contenders. And I can say that even though there's been like 2 or 3 total games so far this season, I think it's pretty safe to say right now.
I was just reminded, actually, and yeah, I do really expect to see some good play out of these guys. Just like we saw last season from like Band from eHarmony, from Mobility Gaming, a lot of the guys who actually got promoted to intermediate, I do expect to see these teams getting better and better with each other. But I just got reminded by Die of XTV that I need to do some shoutouts here, not just for Die, but for everybody who I came up with or helped come up with a Halloween name, both for XTV and Vanilla TV. So say hello to not just Die, D-I-E. We've got Salamonster here. Who else did I help out? I think I helped out you. You're the Mad Dr.
I'm the
Shadow.
Mad Dr. Shadow. Yep.
What else did we get? We got, let's see, for Vanilla TV, I know I got a lot of those guys. Like, Comedian became Screamedian. And we got Torden becoming Gordon. Frankenstein was his own creation, and I'm proud of that guy. That was pretty excellent. And they're saying he's not Salvador. They're saying it's just Sal. So that's all he's called.
Wow. I don't know. I know of Dr. Salvador. I don't know anybody who's just named as Sal. So.
Yeah, no, I think I've heard of this guy because people keep asking, whenever I go into a scrim or something, they're all like, "Hey, are you the Sal from that 6v6 team?" And I'm like, "No, that's not me." Oh, waiting on the last person. No, we're not waiting on the last person, are we? It's 5 against 7. We've got 6v6 in here. We're just waiting for them to ready up and start the game now. So, come on, guys.
It looks like, indeed, the March of the Dot Readies is scrolling across my screen here, Salamancer. I'm excited.
I just realized I probably need to take my TV no chat on because of all the... whatever. Yeah. I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it on for now. But yeah, once again, guys, you are watching XTV with your host, Salamancer, a.k.a. Sal, but not the Sal who's playing in the game, and Dr. Shadow Puppet. Which, that was your cue, man.
To do what?
To say, and yeah, we're coming up with a good game here, Click versus Squirrels or something. It's all you.
Little rusty. The last time I shoutcasted was, not including the MG Cup, was probably the LAN, actually, if I'm not going to lie. It was a long time ago.
Oh, man, and that was a pretty crazy LAN, too. Come on, guys. Start your game. Start your game. Apparently, we're getting more shoutouts now from these teams who do know that they're being shoutcasted, so...
I would like to give a shout out to End of Reality for being awesome and providing us with a Battlefield 3 server, which if any of you guys have Battlefield 3, you should totally occupy that and shoot people. It's like a 64-slot server. They're playing the big maps, I hear. Nice. I don't have the game yet. I will on Tuesday. And then I will meet you guys, and we will be glorious with our headshots, and Duder can go on more helicopter streaks.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Actually, I'm just going to set the camera up here. We'll wait for this game to get started. That'll be a nice little spot for it, I think. Just get to watch players kind of tool around until they're ready. Speaking of Tool is now ready. Come on, guys, start this game.
Going here.
I
don't know how many are left. I wish there was like a little overlay, like when you're playing in one of these matches. Salamander, I don't know if you've played an ESEA match,
nope.
But on your overlay, there's this little green text to show you who is and isn't readied up. And I wish that we, as spectators, were allowed to have that information. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how that would transmit over the STV, though, but it would be nice, because there you go, we are finally waiting for the home team to pick their side, and kind of a big anti-shout-out right now to Charles Barkley, who was the last man on their team to ready up, but there we go, it is now live, and live on 3, actually, is kind of how they do it, but we're going to be watching Mouse on his rollout here. Wait, did he just put 2 stickies down? Oh, no, okay, so so confused, but yeah, live on 3, so that was the third, they're all saying GLHF.
No,
this is the third. Oh, you guys are killing me. You're killing me.
50 with the Kritzkrieg.
Oh, are you kidding? Wow, that is a pretty smart decision, I think. if they can keep him alive, but it's risky. But right now, Mouse getting out here to the middle point, and we are immediately going to go into third-person mode as our red team takes a Valley rollout, actually, and both teams running the Valley, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here as the Squirrel Clicker is immediately getting over there and doing a lot of damage to the blue team, but they've lost a soldier as well. Watching the Charles Barkley cam right now as he tries to put a dunk or two down on his opponents and ends up getting dunked on instead. It looks like our point-and-click team has lost almost everybody right now. The Squirrel Clickers, is that right? They are pushing towards their enemies already, but here's the thing about that crits, it's not going to be useful.
It can still be useful because there's this interesting dynamic on Badlands called the upper hold, and if point and click decides they can do the upper hold, which they're not, actually, here we see Squirrel Clickers moving in. What Squirrel Clickers can do now, I guess, is they can fake crits in, they can leave after they have forced the Uber Pop, and then they can roll right back in with that 30% crits advantage.
We'll see. Oh, there is a crits actually right now, and no kills coming in from that yet.
Damage.
Yeah,
but they did force the Uber Pop just to be safe.
They have done that.
Back right on out.
And okay, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
That's a fantastic idea.
3 crit stickies standing over that doorway right now in case somebody tries to chase in, but I don't think anybody will. But we are seeing right now actually a little bit of pushing forward by the aggression from the Blue Scouts. Point and click. I'm not sure if that was Owen. Maybe it was actually. Yeah, in fact, it had to be because he's the only scout available right now. Charles Barkley is on the sniper, and he's peeking out towards the upper lobby here, but does not manage to spot anybody just yet.
No, they know they need quite a good pick here to be able to hold on to this last point, because this crits Krieg is going to come in hot, and it's going to come in at around 30% advantage. It's going to come in around 20%. It looks like they were a little slow in building it.
Yeah, Kosa is just ready to build now.
Wasting it.
Uh-oh, yeah, they are wasting it.
Oh, it's too late, guys. It's too late.
Yeah, I'm not liking this. Kosa is now trying to lay down some damage, but it doesn't even matter. What?
Well, there's this interesting dynamic in TF2 where getting on the point is actually what wins you rounds, not getting kills, so... They got on the point. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird defense there, and did we just have the map what?
I don't think so. It's live.
Oh, I know what happened. Wow, okay. That's kind of embarrassing. So I had auto retry onto one of my favorite servers, so give us the action, man.
Well, we see here Sleepy is from Squirrel Clickers is jumping right into the enemy combo, getting a lot of damage done, but ultimately getting taken out. It is 3v4 right now in the favor of Point and Click. Point and Click loses their demo man, and it looks like another soldier. And ultimately, it's just their medic left as Smarf and JP are left to clean up the point. However, we have to see here that Cash 50 did go down, which is the medic for red team, and he will not have like a 55 to 60% disadvantage coming in to this next fight, which is huge here. Saving Overseer for Point and Click was a major move here. Props to her for very good medic play.
And I am just now back in. There we go. Squirrel Clickers, who are already 1 point ahead, now pushing on to the Spire there with JP. And yes, they do have a big Uber disadvantage, but so far, is the Point and Click team going to be able to take advantage of their advantage? They are just now getting out on the bridge.
I believe so. They have a severe advantage here, and they can take their time to set up. They can't take a ton of time here. Like, they should start pushing in pretty soon here, but... The positioning of red team is very good here, a very defensive position. They're going to be able to back out nice and easy, and we're going to see this constant back and forth to the point here until something gives, until somebody fails. Because we see that Cash 50 here is very good on the amount of his Uber here. In fact, he has it, and he might be telling his team to push in now. It looks like he's trying to get them in.
Oh, lots of damage coming down there, yeah. Smarf actually died to the rollers from Mouse. Now, good jumps here by the soldier. Going to try and take out this demo man over here. Mouse is doing some good dodging, but he's probably going to die. There he goes. Sleepy gets the good kill. Nonetheless, Dancing Queen there, taken out. I'm not going to call him Cash 50 because he didn't tag up as Cash 50, so deal with it. But Charles Barkley here trying to get the kills there on this soldier. Can he get him? Yeah, it looks like Owen actually sneaks in there and finishes off Sleepy. So now I think the Point and Click team does have a good chance of pushing out here. Oh, they don't want to get their scouts too far forward, though. May end up losing both without a single kill to their name.
Yeah. Squirrel Clickers, sorry, I can't talk. Squirrel Clickers really put themselves in their, they shot themselves in the foot by, sorry, X9's messaging me in the middle, guys. You can't do that, bro. Really shot themselves in the foot by not going in with their demo man. Their demo man wasn't up, and wasn't able to put in the damage, and ultimately it was just a soldier moving in with that Uber, and so they allowed point and click to just back off a little bit and then reapply pressure as the cleanup started happening. They didn't even have to back up that far because one soldier with Uber is not going to do very much at all.
Yeah, and here comes our Uber right now from our blue team, going into the trash area, chasing down this medic very quickly, but it looks like these Squirrel Clickers do manage to get indoors and safe away from all the damages coming in from the point and click team. So once again, Uber advantage now going to the Squirrel Clickers, but they're going to lose the Spire in the meantime.
Yes, but we need to... Oh, see, now the medic and a soldier for point and click have gone down. That's what they absolutely cannot do. Losing people in this Spire fight is going to allow Squirrel Clickers to just move in with the super advantage. The only thing that's keeping them alive right now is some scout pressure on point. But ultimately, I think that if Cash 50 wants to, he can lead his team up and at least do an upper hold. At the very least, do an upper hold.
Yeah, I apologize to everybody who's watching right now. There we go. I was trying to find Smarf, who is wearing that full Halloween set, and he is going to be making some beep-boop sounds, which are so hilarious.
Awesome. Glad to see somebody's got the festive spirit here. I've got the full medic set, and I was hoping we could play tonight, but my team had other ideas.
Well, you know what? The way you told it to me was you gave them the night off, so apparently the story is switching now, but nonetheless, yeah, Smarf, we're going to keep the cam on him for quite a while because it's utterly hilarious.
The unions require me to refer to it that way.
Oh, I see, okay. Well, we are seeing Overseer get the Uber up to about 90% now, so pretty soon I think the point-and-click team will be pushing in here. It's up to them whether they can actually take out this defense, though. Sal on the sniper right now, JP on the engineer, and let's just see what the sentry setup looks like. Where is that sentry? Okay, really close to spawn, actually. So,
yeah.
I mean, it might go down pretty quickly here, but it depends on whether the damage can come in, and it's going to be distracting from a lot of the players.
The best way that they can deal with this right now, and by they I mean point and click here, is to move their soldiers into lower lobby, give them nice full buffs, stick a scout down there, and just spam out the sentry gun with those soldiers and using the scout to keep offensive pressure off of them. If they do that, it'll take about 3 or 4 rockets apiece, but they can all get the rockets out there and do a ton of damage. Take that sentry out and then apply aggression because now they're down a player.
Yep.
Ooh, that was a nice shot.
Sakaru gets taken out there by Sal. They do now know that they're pushing into a sniper, but we'll see whether they can actually handle the pressure there. Sal still deciding to remain on that sniper, actually. It's not really going to give the Squirrel Clickers an opportunity to push out unless they can pick off the medic, and I do not think that they're going to get that pick.
Now, what we notice here a little bit is that to account for the fact that they're down a scout, that they're down both scouts, excuse me, Red Team is moving a soldier over to defend the demo man. This does, however, leave him quite open to pressure from the top left by top right, excuse me, by not having a scout there. He is putting himself at a severe disadvantage, actually. So I'm anxious to see if point and click actually do something with that fact. Oh, here comes the pop in from upper right or upper left. Excuse me, my directions all mixed up.
Looks like not enough damage on that sentry right now. It's getting repaired, but it doesn't matter because once again, get on that point and you win the game.
It's all about getting on that point.
Yep.
See, they even distracted me with their combo shenanigans. It's some pretty good moves there, I gotta say.
That's where our camera was, and yeah, they just snuck a scout in there. I like that play. I really like that play. Let's see, we're going to watch, actually, where is Owen going? He seems to be taking the choke roll out, so we're going to watch the Owen cam just a little bit here at the mid-fight and see where he decides to go. Looks like so far defending the demo for the moment, and he does spot most of the red team doing that valley rollout once again, so Squirrel Clickers do decide to get a little bit closer to their house now, and oh, there goes Koza and Sal immediately. Medic taking a lot of damage there as well. JP's very close to death. Overseer did die, though. If anything, I think we want to see Dancing Queen just run back, using that overdose, actually, which is a neat little idea. But, oh, gets taken out by Owen. So that's a complete wipe there for the Squirrel Clickers team.
You actually had your camera on the player that really nailed that mid for the team. Owen, going that direction, having excellent spottage on Valley, probably made that call that, hey, they're going Valley just in time for a perfect response to happen from the team, allowing them to turn what might have been a really dire situation for them into something easily defendable, and now they're knocking on last store here. And although their medic did go down, there is a small Uber advantage that they might be able to take advantage of.
Yeah, the point-and-click team here looks like they'll be able to get into the upper lobby without much of a problem. Yeah, everybody from our red team right now is just hanging out. Actually, they do still have Sal on that sniper again, using his giant eyeball in the scope. I think I like that more than anything else I have seen tonight. But yeah, he is trying to peek in here, and that eye will definitely spot you from pretty far away, so we'll see whether it can actually give him the skill to get the shots.
My sources in the sniper world, aka my sniper scout. We'll hold that thought for a second here. Here comes in the Uber. Are they going to try to go for point? Instead they go for the sentry. I don't see scouts anywhere going for the point. There's one attempting it, but I think Squirrel clickers are onto the shenanigans, and actually quite a nice defense from them. The question is, are they going to be ballsy enough to try to turn this into a Spire push? And I think they should right here.
Oh yeah, they're not doing it yet, though. They finally get a scout up there, but one scout is not going to be enough against the soldier here. He is chasing down the demo man right now. Mouse down to about 6 health, but gets away and gets into the comforting and loving arms of his medic. We're now seeing soldier trying to jump up, and once again, Squirrel
just not enough speed.
Yeah, that's about what I would say.
They have to turn their tail back to last because they don't know whether a spy or a scout got in through some obscure door. They had no coverage on drop down, and they just didn't move fast enough. I think they absolutely easily could have done it. They had eyes. They had all eyes on forwards. They were good, but.
So I was just looking at the loadout here, and I don't know whether it was allowed last season, but apparently the Boston Basher allowed.
Yes,
this
it
season.
is.
So
yes, it is.
So it was allowed last season as well.
No, it's just this season.
I see. Okay, so yeah, we do have a couple of new unlocks allowed now. The Boston Basher, one of them that actually lets your scouts help you build the Uber, because of course if you do not hit anything with the Basher, then you hit yourself and it causes bleed damage. So you can build that Uber on scouts now as well, which is quite an interesting little dynamic.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because it gives you perfect build time because it's constantly damaging you. So I don't know. That's a debate for another day, I guess. What I was talking earlier about the sniper is my scout sniper Clicka tells me that using that giant eye head makes you a hell of a lot easier to headshot.
You know what? I doubt that. I doubt that.
He says it is. I don't know.
We are watching right now a good defense here set up once again by the Squirrel Clickers. They've gotten 3 kills so far, and they show no signs of stopping just yet. They really need to push out once again. They could have this.
I think a push out here might be really risky. I think they should at least push up to upper lobby, since they know that they've got eyes on all of their forwards. Doing an upper lobby hold here would be, a very good idea here.
The control point is being contested.
Well, you know what? It looks like our good friend here, Sleepy, has decided to start capping that Spire. Now backing off once again because, yes, the soldiers are already in place here for our blue team, the point-and-click team, a.k.a. the former Nerd Stars, I believe. Getting quite a few kills here. Kosa is down, so is Smarf, and with the Demo Man down, actually, that's going to mean that point-and-click should push into the upper lobby. May even push past it, I don't know.
Squirrel Clickers is going to need to learn how to do a gradual push up onto Spire with transitioning to upper hold and then finally transitioning to Spire. Otherwise, they're just going to keep running into a wall like this, losing their demo man and having to back up to last. And now they're at such a severe Uber disadvantage that now they have it. That's pretty lucky on their part, but. The question is, did it come in time? Are they going to be able to save this point?
They did focus the heavy there, so the heavy is down right now for Squirrel Clickers, but they've gotten 3 kills. Once again, the point-and-click team is having some difficulty keeping their players alive as they push in. Really, I'd kind of like to see them just, peek in and then peek right back out more often than they're doing anyway. Owen going on the sniper now, and the point-and-click team is very far back.
I love this idea of the sniper. It's really going to drive back the Squirrel Clickers. If they even had any idea of being able to push Spire, it's completely gone now. Owen is a beast on sniper, and his denial there was pretty good, I think.
I got to point out Charles Barkley's chat line right there. If you can't slam with the best, then jam with the rest. Kind of one of those throwbacks to Space Jam, I do believe, which was one of my favorite movies.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. Michael Jordan, right?
Michael Jordan.
And Bugs Bunny.
I do believe Bill Murray, one of my favorite actors, was in that as well. But we are seeing Owen sneaking around the barrels right now. Has he been spotted yet? I don't. It looks like maybe he has. There's a lot of spam coming down into that hallway.
They know he's a sniper.
Yeah, almost got counter sniped there by I believe it was Sal with the giant eye. Oh, he got hit. Got to get back to his medic there, but he is going to be okay. He was overhealed, so not going to die just yet. Let's see though. Where is Owen? Did
I would like to see. No, he's main. I would like to see a little more risk taking here out of Owen. If he goes down, the enemy team's not going to push out. So I'd like to see him really go for those risky shots. Try to get somebody because his team has so much more to gain. Here he goes down to Sal. That's a little unfortunate. But like I said, Squirrel Clickers is not going to be able to push off that. Not at all.
No, the best they can hope for with having this sniper out there right now is basically just picking off anybody who shows up.
Oh, he goes Spy!
Ooh, yeah, but they're just going to pick off anybody who shows up in the sniper lanes, which is not going to be all that great. And yes, Owen is the Spy right now, so hang on, we're just looking here in the battlements, but we will get to the Owen cam in a second as he starts getting in. What watch is he running? Let's find out. And that looks like, yes, good old Cloak and Dagger still allowed. Now, he doesn't get a lot of cloak time here, so he's basically just going to have to sit still for a while. Siege unsiege, these guys and their binds. Anyway, yeah, Owen inching forward right now because with that Cloak and Dagger, if you move too much... Oh, yeah, nope, not at all.
It's not really a bind here. They're talking about TVT and StarCraft 2. Do you play StarCraft 2?
Yeah, I thought that was a bind because they were talking about how boring it is to watch these last points sometimes. But yeah, that Spy, he decloaked, and of course the decloak sound is very audible, so since the Squirrel clickers were not actually doing any spamming and not firing at all, they could hear it very easily. Now Owen deciding to run the Heavy. What about that?
I like this idea, but only if they can actually get the Heavy into a position to do some damage. With the Sentry Gun, I think that the Heavy is more going to soak up the Uber than anything else if he decides to go in the wrong way. He does need to go in through an upper path or he'll get immediately spammed out. So, in this situation, I'm not sure I like it, but we'll see what they do with it. That's what it really comes down to, is which door does the Heavy go through. But he's going to soak up the Uber, and I don't like that because they're not going to get anything here.
Well, they may be able to get the Sentry looks like it could be taken down, but no, some time on the point here now, causing our a lot of our red team actually to go stand there on that point. Thing is, they have once again gotten those 3 kills there, and the Sentry actually takes out Tool. So yeah, point and click is just having some severe difficulty pushing in. Now Smarf comes in right behind. Oh, but that is going to be the capture actually. Wow.
Nicely done there by point and click. They basically just retracted with their scouts and Heavy and then reapplied pressure when it was time. I really liked that move by them. I don't know if the Heavy was a key and necessary part to it, but it certainly helped.
And one thing that we've seen so far this game is that whoever wins these mid-fights tends to win the round. And that's pretty common of most TF2 games, but I mean, occasionally you'll see somebody who's really successful at pushing out of their last point and making it a really back-and-forth game. And so far, that's not what we're seeing. Once teams get backed up to their last, it's pretty much over. Right now, there is a battle going on, though. We're seeing very quickly the point-and-click team is taken out quite easily. In fact, Mouse here is trying to get away from the rest of that enemy team, and should be able to do it. He's probably going to... If I were him, I would have walked into a resupply cabinet right there, but he's just going to go straight to last.
One thing to notice there about that mid is Mouse missed his jump from drop down, so he was severely delayed to mid. And even though Kosa took a very defensive style of Demoman play at mid, almost confusingly so, he was still there earlier and was able to put out more damage. And that's kind of how that ended, really. And now there's a 100% Uber advantage coming in here for Cash 50. Is he going to be able to take advantage of it? I certainly hope so. That's a pretty damn big advantage.
Oh, they got to watch out for these sticky traps here. I think there's still a sticky trap right there in the... Managed to, pop the Uber just in time there to avoid it. So that looks like they do know about that little trick. So far, Squirrel Clicker's losing about 2 players here in this last point, but they are getting some time on the point right now. Medic versus Medic here, but that is, it's going to get taken out. Smarf, the only man left alive, trying to get the kills and not able to do it. So now it's up to Overseer to get... I think it's her team out there, Mouse and Charles, to go push onto the Spire.
I don't like this idea because there's already some scouts up right now for SQC. The scout's either going to chase down this medic or is going to go straight for the point.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't find the scout. Who is it?
Point and click is having to drop back to the last point once again. They've got the Uber ready to go, so Sleepy may just poke in there and try to cause it to pop, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that.
No, it's unfortunate, but in that situation, they just point and click lost too many people to really take advantage of their Spire time.
Yeah, Squirrel Clicker's not able to push this point at all right now, but they looks
Uber
like
popped.
Yeah, the Uber has been popped.
Aggressive Uber. They need to find that medic and kill him now. But no, it's
not
too
even
late.
I can find the medic.
No, Catch 50 is out on Greybridge. Oh no, is he moving in? I can't tell. No, he's back in Greybridge.
Yeah, so and his scouts are actually indoors as well, so he's quite safe for the moment. Those scouts can be relaying any sort of positioning that the enemy takes. This hat, coupled with the headset here, you might think that's a really sweet combination from Salamander. You know, like the headcrab hat and the miscellaneous Shoutcaster's headset icon. But actually, it just kind of hurts my head.
Here comes the Uber in on Smart from Squirrel Clickers. He's going to go right into the sentry gun, take it out handily, get scouts on the point. That's all it takes, ladies. Well done there from SQC.
Yes, extremely well done, and they've actually done a really good job of their pushes seem to be just a little bit better fated. I don't know if it's like better organized or whatever, but they seem to go just a little bit more their way for the Squirrel Clickers when they push into last. They haven't.
I think we might see an under overload here. Kosa, is he going to go straight under the bridge? No, he's just going to hide out here in this little nook.
Scout in on the medic, though.
For him, though.
Doesn't get that kill, but oh, now Sleepy is dead. So is the other soldier there, Smurf, dead as well. And now I think we're going to see, ooh, Squirrel Clickers, yeah, finishing off most of the blue team, actually. So this is kind of surprising me, but they managed to win that mid-fight pretty handily. Overseer is down, and so the point-and-click team is going to be kind of desperate here.
Basically, what Squirrel Clickers did is they made a gamble. They said point and click is not going to go that way, and they didn't. They came out through house, and Kosa was in just the perfect position to get a ton of spam down immediately onto that team, and pushed them back into the choke, killed the medic. She couldn't get out, and it was pretty much over before it began for point and click, really.
Yeah, we do right now have, I think, another game starting, actually. It's going to be Classic Mix-Up versus Snooplicity in the Invite division, and that one could be a pretty good one as well. What do you think? Should we, after halftime here, swap over to that game?
It depends on how well that seems to be going, I think. This is a really good, close game with a lot of good action here, I think. On the other hand, though, we'll see a lot better action from the Invite players, so I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, I do always enjoy watching me some Invite teams. Right now, the Squirrel Clickers having some trouble, and they are getting... Yeah, they, in fact, have lost their medic and their soldier. So point and click is going to be... Ooh, there you go.
A scout coming in, popping over there.
Oh, actually, X-Time telling me that we could even double cast, so we can just keep doing this one here, and then he's going to have a secondary caster ready to go on XTV Esports 2. So you just look up at the URL of this website and put a 2 in at the end of it, and that will get you our invite match of the night. So guys, that's I think how we're going to do this. Just got word from X-Time that we can have double casting going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you guys will be watching over on XTV Esports 2 if you want to see that invite match. That's going to be X-Time and Michael casting that one.
One of our newer producers, but a great guy.
He absolutely is, and he's been doing a really good job, especially with the Highlander cast as well. The Squirrel Clickers have a bit of an Uber advantage, but they are not really getting into a position to use that right now. Overseer is going to have the Uber ready to go here in just a couple of seconds, especially because they are building on a scout right now, which, considering they have a soldier and a demo man here, I'm actually kind of concerned about that.
Like I said, it's perfect building with that Boston Basher. It's literally the fastest build you can get with that thing.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that the medic is not giving her team any overheal while they're building. So, of course, I guess they weren't too worried about a push. So now we are seeing that yeah, it looks like the point and click team did get their Uber up, and now getting those overheals spread out very nicely.
Absolutely, and I think that Squirrel Clickers was actually a little bit shaken up by... I don't even saw what happened there. They kind of get some scouts behind them, took out a couple key players, and really put them at a disadvantage. So they just decided to hold mid instead of...
Oh, here comes the jump in, though, trying to force the pop, and does force that pop on Overseer. So Sleepy does get taken out, and now we're going to see this kind of desperation move by our blue team, where they're going to get in and try to get maybe one more frag. Possibly could even do it there, but not sure. Charles Barkley is down now as well, so each team has lost one player so far. And the Uber is just finishing up here for Squirrel Clickers without doing a lot more damage.
Yeah, in that way it was good, but on the other hand, point and clicker 2 down. Here comes Squirrel Clickers onto the point. They're going to go trash, which is of dubious decision making, but it's probably going to work out for them here, seeing these positions. What we really saw there was how positioning can turn the tide of battle. Point and click had their combo in an awful position, and it cost them the Uber.
Yeah, Sleepy now coming in to finish off most of this team here. Gets a couple big rockets there and did get the kill on Mouse. It's going to be important. No demo man there for point and click for the next 12 seconds. Sal coming in trying to deal a lot of damage here. Man after my own heart. But may get taken out by the needles. No! Gets the kill on Charles Barkley, and there goes Overseer to the equalizer from Smurf. So this is probably going to be the half. Dancing Queen is taken out. And... Wow, I don't know. Point and click actually hasn't... I forgot that they hadn't even lost their Spire yet.
Yeah, that's kind of a misstep there by Squirrel Clickers. It's really going to give a point and click the ability to hold hold last here much easier. The demoman's getting some sticky setup and some sneaky spots on the. If you take a look at near the drop down, you can see just the littlest corner, and there's another one that's actually in a really sneaky spot in the entrance to upper on pushing onto last. Pretty sneaky spots here. They can't be seen. They can do damage. Some good demoman work there.
We will find out whether that actually happens, though. Yeah, I kind of like it, but at the same time, I really would like to see.
Nothing.
Yeah, I really would like to see just a little bit more aggression, maybe from the Squirrels team. Well, nonetheless, they are taking a lot of damage, though. So actually, they're probably playing it safe right now. I just want to see aggression because that would mean more action for me.
We've seen the slow dance of Badlands here, or actually, it's been the slow dance of Granary just translated here into Badlands, but. I guess if that's the way these two teams want to play, it offers a much more entertaining game from an analyst's perspective here. They're playing very, very smartly.
Yeah, JP, the scout here for Squirrel Clickers right now, actually checking each and every door there to make sure there aren't any
He won't find those
traps.
stickies. He's not going to find them, though. They're just too good of a spot.
Which door were they at again?
You see the door that he's standing in right now? If you glitch into the siding,
Who's
now.
standing in?
The red soldier. They're gone now. He put them elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where he put them now, but...
No, yeah, we saw that used on defense for Squirrel Clickers,
Yeah.
I think, as well. They know about that spot.
Yeah, but it's really difficult to see and to take care of.
It's just something you got to check for. I mean, every time you're going to push in here, you fire a rocket into the door, or you shoot your shotgun shell into that, and you just check for it.
So putting those stickies right back on the point, probably a good idea considering the scout bum rush point strategy that has been employed thus far in this game. What did I just say?
Speaking of that, yes, we have 2-3 now. The Squirrel Clickers there calling good half. It was kind of a weird half considering that it was mostly just people walking onto the point while the enemy team was still alive.
Interesting choice in last defense tactics there by Point and Click. Put stickies on point, transition into losing your bloody point to a scout. Not sure what exactly happened there. Maybe somebody popped off the stickies or something, but it's still a demoman's job to keep it to take advantage of that and to look at that and say, oh crap, well, my stickies are gone. I should either put them back or put my soldier on alert.
Yeah, it's been a weird game so far, but I mean, aside from just the kind of crazy last points, most of this game has been fairly standard from the teams, and in fact has been played pretty slowly. We have not seen either team really manage to push out from their last point effectively once they've been backed up to it. So if
well, the reason for that is Badlands is probably the hardest map currently played in North American competitive TF2 to push out of your last from. I can't really think of a harder one. You really need a wipe, you really need to keep your scouts up and your soldiers up, and you really just need to push immediately following the backup, or you're not going to get it because of the nature of the drop down and the nature of the Spire. So the ability to recap from a last hold is really the only teams we're really going to see doing that successfully, consecutively, and every time is going to be the invite teams, and some of the upper intermediate teams I'm sure will also be able to do it. Because it's not easy.
Yeah, I understand, but of course that really puts the focus on what happens at those mid-fights, and if one team wipes out, then you're pretty much going to see that team end up winning the round the vast majority of the time. That's scary. That's just scary.
Taking American jobs, man.
No, I'm looking at the demo man right now, but yeah, that's pretty scary too.
Them feet.
The soldier here is glitching out. I'm not sure what's happening. He's just crouching and
He's
popping
crouching
back up,
and
I
guess that's kind of what happens.
Oh, I like it. Yes, the invite cast is going to happen on XTV Esports 2. If it's not up yet, that means the game hasn't started. It's supposed to be Mix-Up versus Snooplicity, but X-Time's going to wait until they probably actually start the game, or pretty close to it. He doesn't just want to sit there and watch them warm up. I think some of them were even in like a warm-up scrim or something, so yeah, it's not live yet. But the STV for that game is up, so you can go check it out.
I have a request from Owen for shoutouts, and The reason I'm agreeing to do this is because it appears to be a sponsor situation. We don't have enough sponsors in TF2. So I'm going to go ahead and say big shout out to pointandclickgaming.com, spelled just like you think it is, for sponsoring a TF2 team in Open here. Huge shout out to you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We need more sponsors, so huge props to you guys. Big shout out.
Yeah, I cannot agree more. I would love to see more of these teams get sponsored, and especially for an ESEA Open team, I don't think the league fees and anything like that are especially outrageous. So,
No.
not at all, in fact. So, it does not take a lot to sponsor an Open team.
Also, I would like to have a huge shout out to Quantic Gaming. We know them mostly for their involvement in the StarCraft 2 and COD 4 scenes. Anybody who is really involved, or at least knows a little bit about those, they have some really good teams there. And I do believe Quantic just picked up a famous StarCraft player named Destiny. I don't know, I have to go look that up. But
they did, but they also picked up a certain famous team. Did you hear about that?
I heard that the Profits featuring Dashner may or may not be Quantic Gaming.
That they, in fact, are. So the team that you guys knew most of last season as EMG, their sponsor EMG, of course, ended up dying and couldn't get them to land. So the name changed to the Profits featuring Dashner because Dashner was kind enough to sponsor the team and help them get to LAN. Now they have gotten sponsored by Quantic Gaming, so we are going to see them entering the season. Let's see. Tyrone told me that it wasn't just called Quantic Gaming; it was Quantic something else. But I'm so sorry, Tyrone. I actually forget because I don't have that chat up anymore. I had to restart my computer. Oops.
I can look it up here. If they've changed the name on ESEA, I can look it up.
Yeah, let's check that out.
That's a really huge name because that's a really high-profile professional sponsor, Quantic Legacy.
Ah, Quantic Legacy. There you go.
So I'm really happy about that pickup, and I am going to put in for a request for an interview with Quantic Gaming staff and see if I can get some word in on that. Some things in the EXTV pipeline might involve some discussion about that and why it's good for the community. I won't waste cast time talking about it, but look for that on an EXTV esports stream near you.
So I tend to waste cast time talking about just any old thing that strikes my mind, and right now the only thing that can strike my mind is Space Jam. I love that movie. But yeah, we we should have these guys readying up pretty soon. I think we don't want to take too long. They might even lose their server reservation here. Yeah,
it's not been that long yet.
I know, but I want them to hurry the game up here because I have work tomorrow and it's already like 10 in the evening.
I have finals tomorrow. I got to drive into the city and everything to take them, so I'm hoping to get out of here pretty soon too.
Yeah, I hear that. Oh, high five! Beautiful, beautiful between our two scouts there, looking like they want to work together for the rest of the game. Most of the players are readied up now. We are waiting for one or two of them to finish off whatever they're doing here, eating their pretzels or drinking their beverage of choice.
It's the mid-game coffee. I do it too. I gotta have that mid-game coffee, or I just don't come into the second half refreshed.
I see. Hey, tell me about the overdose. Let's talk about that for a little bit. The new medic weapon.
I run the overdose, and here's why. There's no downside. It's like 1 less damage per needle shot, which has not stopped me from killing anybody yet. I don't kill very people with my needle gun, but... And the speed boost it gives, 10% speed boost at full Uber, is extremely noticeable, I think. Oh, we're ready, guys. We're starting.
We are. In fact, I'm watching Kosa on his rollout this time around. But you're right. The speed boost is extremely noticeable, especially when you get around to those higher Ubers and you like lose your pocket or something. But I will say that I'm kind of liking a lot of the players and teams I've seen using the crossbow as well. That's starting to grow on me a little bit here. We're watching Kosa get out to the mid fight though, and it looks like there's going to be a Valley rollout from our blue team, and in fact another Valley rollout from our red team as well. Of course, they've switched sides now, so point and click is actually in the red. They're getting 2 kills immediately there on Dancing Queen and Sleepy, and no kills in return. Now Sakaru is finally taken down, but I think this is going to be a complete wipe for our blue team here. The Squirrel Clickers losing most of their players there, and just Sal left alive.
What I don't like what Kosa is doing at mid, he's putting those first couple stickies up on the entrance shithouse. If they sent a scout to check it out and make sure that there's no scouts going there, then they wouldn't have to devote those stickies, and they'd be able to get much more damage done. Kosa, I think, is losing his team mids by doing that. I really do.
Overseer there got down to about 50 health before her team saved her. She did not pop that Uber, which was a very wise thing to do, trusting in her team to take out that scout, even though it looked like nobody really wanted to. They were just like, okay, fine, I guess we'll save the medic. But the Squirrel Clicker is now setting up stickies on the points. They've got a heavy out here, but they're going to be dealing against an Uber. It's just they've got 65% right now. If the point-and-click team doesn't push in very soon, then they're going to waste the opportunity. There they go,
Here
just now
comes
pushing
the push. I think they need to have a mouse sticky up the point and get people on it. There goes some stickies down.
Yeah, this is already over for our red team. They're getting all the kills, and that is going to be the point for point and click. Wait, what is the score right now? I don't even know, actually.
I think it's 3-3.
That would be, yes, it is 3-3, so both of our teams here at 3 points. Nice call there. And what am I watching? I want to be watching a demo man. Kosa is actually going to be really late to mid. The Squirrel Clicker is not going to be happy about that. And yeah, point and click already has their demo man sticking up the point, putting stickies all over the place. Finally, some sticky sniping coming in from our blue team, but it's going to be way too late. They're taking a lot of damage here, actually getting a kill on mouse. So no more stickies from the red team. Sleepy has been taken out in return, but it looks like the blues' delayed rollout here actually working out for them.
It's not so much that their delayed rollout's working out for them, it's that point and click didn't respond appropriately. They didn't take space on point, they didn't apply a lot of pressure to the valley, seeing that the demo man was there, and they just kind of stood in their corner and allowed soldiers to jump up into them. That was the wrong move there for point and click. Did, however, save their medics, so that's pretty big here.
Yeah, so now point and click back up to their second, and this game, of course, could go either way. In fact, I do not like that move at all by our blue team, forcing the Uber there and then backing up with it for like a good 2 or 3 seconds, wasting most of the Uber. Now, they're in such a bad position. This is not going to be good.
Backing up was actually, it was unfortunate, but it was the correct decision. They're lucky to have gotten out there. Any really good team would have instantly applied a ton of aggression to that lone Uber combo.
Yeah, right now a lot of damage coming in on the blue team, but they are managing to heal and dodge most of it. Sakaru taken out there by JP, looks like in the house, and JP not finished yet. He's going after the medic now. Has not taken any damage yet, actually, so good dodging by him, knowing exactly what he can get away with. And now both scouts chasing in after here, trying to stop the capture. They did not manage to stop it, but look at that, point and click wiped out by Sleepy, Sal, and Smurf.
Some very good scout aggression there. I really like that. Sleepy being a little ballsy, jumping with like 34 health under point.
Yeah, he's fine.
Kind of, yeah. He has the gunboats, but I was like really worried when I saw him jump there. I thought he was gonna kill himself. I really did.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to be okay to grab the health kit there, and then he's playing the typical roamer, jumping onto the battlements and going to help his scouts capture the upper lobby here before his medic ever even gets anywhere near it. But Dancing Queen is now upstairs with the rest of the team, and here comes the Uber immediately. I like that play.
Fantastic. The Pyro wasn't paying attention, didn't have the opportunity to backblast. That might be it here for point and click for their last defense. It's all going to come down to whether or not Squirrel Clickers can get scout onto the point, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to, which is pretty fortunate here for point and click.
Yeah, the Squirrel Clickers did lose a lot of players there. Did not manage to kill the demo man, Mouse, who dropped back into spawn and had all 8 stickies on the point. But the thing is, the Squirrel Clickers have another shot here because point and click, the red team, cannot get away from their last point.
Nope. And we're probably going to see that a lot. It's going to be these really close defenses. You really have to nail your defense to be able to push out. It looks like they're going to try here with some Uber aggression, which isn't necessarily a bad idea, but they need to make sure they're clearing lower left, they need to make sure they're clearing bats, and they need to make sure that they take an upper hold position. They cannot push Spire with this, which is what I think they're trying to do.
Yeah,
this is an upper hold push, guys, not a Spire push.
Well, they do get a kill on Sal, but they're losing a couple of players here, I think. Sakaru taken down right away. Charles getting the heals on, but it may be taking heals away from the more important targets. Point and click now. Oh, the Uber is popped, and they are going to pop up here to the Spire, try and continue the cap on it. Actually going for the medic here and forcing the pop on Dancing Queen as well. Kind of a weird position here, but if Red backs out right now, they should be okay, or maybe not.
Yeah, that was extremely risky. A scout could have gone up, dropped down, and onto last at any point in time. They had the heavy there for sure, but then they're also missing a point for the Spire. Missing a player for the Spire point. If Squirrel Clickers realized how many players advantage they had and what positional advantage they had, I think that could have turned out much, much differently. With, let's say, point and click having no players up right now.
So far, they actually do have all 6 of them up, though, and one of them is a sniper. Charles Barkley, once again, standing back here as the sniper, and does he have the eye as well? Yes, he does. So 2 can play at the gigantic eyeball game.
Oh, that's such a goofy sentence.
You know what?
He's trying to get on the medic.
Sentences. Oh, he does spot a scout here, but not able to get that kill. Still kind of just waiting to see if he can't get a shot off somewhere, but I think they may have spotted him. Yeah, it looks like the scout did spot that, so he's going to have to back off here. Get maybe an overheal from his medic before he goes anywhere. Or maybe he'll just change out to a different class. Yeah, he has changed to the Pyro.
Overseer is holding herself in a very, very defensive position. Without a Pyro, well, now they got the Pyro, but without a Pyro, I don't like that positioning because they cannot deny entrance to upper. But now, with that Pyro, it looks like they're going to be able to much easier. Where'd the Pyro go here?
Well, right now he's actually a scout out there. Charles Barkley on the scout once again, just dealing a little bit of chip damage to the Squirrel Clickers team as they try to determine which side they want to push in here. Actually, I'm kind of confused at what they're doing as well. They need to start making a push because right now it is still 3-3.
I like their taking it really slow and patient here. Scout's shooting off the stickies from the point. He's gonna get ganked with his heavy. Gets out just barely, but taking it slow here is a really good decision because they have no incentive to push. It's tied. They know they've been winning their mids. There's no reason for them to really push the issue here.
To be fair, Point and Click has actually gotten quite a few nice mid-fight wins. They have taken advantage of Squirrel Clickers making mistakes quite a few times at mid. It was just this latest mid-fight where I don't know what happened there for Point and Click. Oh, we've got, wait, is that, oh, it's a nice little combo. I kind of like that unusual combo here from Dancing Queen with the ghosts. Very, very Halloween-y, if I say so myself.
I like Overseer's unusual. That's quite an effect. Kind of clashes with the Black Mask, but it's an otolaryngologist mirror with circling hearts. I like that.
I don't think pink clashes with black at all, actually.
I don't think it looks good together in this game. I don't... in the world of fashion, no, it doesn't clash, but...
Well, you heard it here first, guys. XTV, your home for fashion analysis and trends. Squirrel Clickers here, taking some damage, actually, but not going to be nearly enough for them to want to back out. I don't know. They had
this opportunity to realize that the entirety of Red's heavies were all on the right side for defending. They could have pushed in from their right, which makes it a little confusing here, onto the point and taken a lot of space, but they didn't do it. They didn't recognize the situation, and you know, that's okay. I think they need some better scouting here. They need some better awareness of what the enemy team is doing. But here comes the Uber Pop. It looks like they are tired of this game. Separating the medic, actually, which is a pretty good move there. The Uber disadvantage, however, at the end of the Uber is too great.
Yeah, right now they do have a heavy just trying to deal as much damage into the point as possible, but Sleepy and Kosa are both down. Squirrel Clicker losing almost all their players here. JP going to be the last one standing, or maybe the heavy is, I don't know. But either way, these guys are probably going to end up losing their Spire if they're not careful.
They need to be losing their Spire right now. I'm not entirely sure what Overseer and Her Pocket are doing, because it's time to go, gentlemen and lady. But no, they just content to sit on their, well, they're sitting on their asses and they're not capping Spire. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, JP was actually sitting here above the little control point sign, just waiting for somebody to drop through there and try to take that Spire, but it looks like that opportunity has passed. Point and Click deciding they just want to stand there until their opponents take the point.
Yeah, a roamer or something, he does need to go through that lower left to check for that scout, but other than that, I mean, there's just no reason not to have pushed out there.
Yeah, Squirrel Clickers now do still hold on to their Spire. They're building that Uber up. Overseer still has 100%, so there's no reason really for Squirrel Clickers to push in, and that's not what they're doing. They're just sitting out here.
Now, Overseer is finally telling your team to make the correct decision here in holding upper lobby. You can't leave the demo man on the heavy on last. You need all 6 players to do a successful upper lobby hold. Nope, instead they're just going to go for pressure. This is the completely wrong decision here. Because now their demo man's down. Now we're going to see a lot of aggression here from the blue team, and red team's going to be lucky to be able to get out of here. No, they get out last, but I'm not sure what the point of that exercise was. What were they hoping to accomplish with that push?
Well, normally when you make a push, you're kind of hoping to capture the next point or get a couple of picks. It didn't happen. They may just not have had the right plan in place, but I gotta say, I think I know what they were hoping for.
I'm hoping that next time they try to do something like they had upper lobby. They could have easily taken and held upper lobby and denied Uber pushing into point here for Squirrel Clickers, but I guess if that's not the call that the medic wants to make, that's her call. That's for whoever their caller is. That's their call.
Sal jumping in here right now. Looks like he does want to get another sniping opportunity on this point. See whether he can actually do that, though, as all the Squirrel Clickers, I'm sorry, Point and Click, both of them have Click in their names. It's confusing the crap out of me. But the Point and Click team do manage to spot him once again, so the sniper is going to be shut down, I think, pretty easily. Sal, yeah, I can't find anything to kill right now. He's been walking all over the place, just looking for that one quick scope shot that could let their team push in. But
I'd like some aggression with this sniper. I'd like him to just stand in an entrance and be ballsy for just 2 seconds. Hope to get that quick one-shot off on the medic pick.
Oh, and he does get a one-shot off on a scout. Scout's going to take about 16 seconds to respawn.
Pushable, though. He has 15 seconds. Oh, they're gonna try anyway. Ignore what I have to say. If they get this demo man to stick you off the point and start standing on, it'll do well for them, I think, here. Sticky's on point, stand on point.
Yep, Smurf, not able to get these kills here, though. Point and Click does have another respawner there, and it is a heavy. Only Sal left alive here. Can Point and Click finally break the chain?
They need to push the point now.
They are doing just that. The only person who spawned is Dancing Queen, just now getting 2 more spawners. Mouse heading over here, actually, to immediately stick up the point. So,
good choice.
Who's capping? Come on, start capping.
Yeah, well, that's kind of a questionable decision. He was that far up without a soldiers to defend him. They are going to get a scout on cap, though. It is going to work out just fine for them, but that was pretty risky right there, positioning from the demo man, and then without that demo man support, then the medic was exposed immediately afterwards. That was questionable positioning, but it worked out just fine for them in the long run.
Yeah, now Point and Click here has done the impossible. They've pushed out from the last point, and they are going to be pushing towards middle pretty soon. They've got 100% Uber. I want to see them push right now, but I don't think they're quite in position yet to do that.
They don't have their demo man.
Yeah, and that means they're going to be giving away valuable time. So Squirrel Clickers now.
Yeah, it's nothing you can really do about that. They are, however, setting up for a hold, and I'd like to see them continue to apply pressure in this situation. See, if they continue to hold without a strong flank, they're just going to get flanked like that, and it's...
It wasn't really even the flank, though. That was just the roamer jumping straight in and suiciding to get the pop. Right now, of course, Charles Barkley dying there, 4-point and Click, as well as Tool. And we are seeing that Squirrel Clickers holding on to mid very easily. They did just now pop their Uber, and they're not going to get a lot done with it, though.
It doesn't matter. They have midpoint now. They're not at severe disadvantage. They're at a huge player advantage, and now they can reapply the counter push. If they get too aggressive with that Uber when their team's not in position to support them, it can actually be really disastrous. Instead, their decision to wait for their team to get into position is a very smart one, and one that I applaud.
Yeah, I'm just going to set the camera here for a second. I need to tell X10 something, because it sounds like they're having some technical difficulties, so I'll let you call.
Uh-oh. Alright, well, we see here that even Ubers are had for both of the medics here. Squirrel Clickers is holding around in trash, looking to try to peek out. There is not an upper hold going on, as Sleepy has penetrated the top lobby, and now we're going to see the burst forth of aggression here from Squirrel Clickers, see if they can turn their luck around and try to push on to last at long last. Full Ubers for both teams, as it looks like Squirrel Clickers wants to try to apply some pressure here, having a soldier stand in that choke. Not really doing much, but offering a nice distraction. A roamer suicides in, doesn't manage to connect with the medic, and pop that Uber. That's a pretty good try from him, and it didn't really cost the team anything, so I like that decision. However, go ahead.
Well, Sleepy does, of course, respawn. Nothing really going to happen there. For Point and Click's side, they can't push out, just getting 1 kill. So of course, I kind of like the positioning here by Tool, but it is going to be spotted anyway as soon as somebody decides to push in there. And right now we do have scouts. Well, they were watching this side. Somebody could actually sneak in there right now, but of course it would be kind of a bad decision.
Snipe.
Yeah, Squirrel Clickers losing JP, the scout, once again. And I mean, they're just having to play a little bit further back than they really want. Chaos dunked. Oh wow, Charles Barkley is my new favorite TF2 player of all time. I need to talk to this guy. If you don't know what Chaos Dunk means, Don't worry about it, but that's hilarious.
You're not going to explain it to your co-caster here?
Yeah, it's an inside joke from a comic I read. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. But he's my new favorite player.
Inside jokes.
Yup. But now we're seeing, in fact, it may have been from a video game too. I think that's originally what it was referenced from. But Squirrel Clickers here, I mean, they've got the heavy. I want to see them push in soon because they do have JP now playing this heavy here, and we'll see. I mean, like you said, are they going to pop the Uber on the heavy, or are they going to pop it on their other classes?
Well, there's no sentry gun now, so a heavy v heavy Uber fight in the top, which really comes all down to positioning, could be something that will be beneficial here to Squirrel Clickers. Now, they have all picking classes. I mean, not all picking classes. Excuse me, all direct combat classes. No snipers, no spies, none of that stuff. But they do only have one scout. It's going to be that scout's job to get on the point as Kosa stickies it off, and that's if they do that while they're distracted with the heavy, they send a roamer to contest the sniper roamer on the other side. Oh, nice snipe. Then I think it'll be a very successful push for them. But as it is, they're just not willing to commit to anything. It is still 3-3, correct? Yes, it is still 3-3.
Yes, it is. And time is racing here.
Here comes the pressure.
Good.
This is an interesting decision, to say the very, very least here.
Yeah, that was a nice job forcing the pop there anyway. But now, point and click here has dropped back to their last once again. Squirrel Clickers in position here, ready to push in. It's just that we're waiting for the Ubers to reset here, and these teams just completely unable to push into each other's last points here in the second half.
Yeah. Well, I've got an academic question here for you, because it doesn't really matter now, but what point and click just risked everything on that push, right? They could have lost their combo, they could have lost the point, right?
Yeah.
What did they stand to gain there? Absolutely nothing. There was almost no possibility for them to actually transition that into a real push for Spire. South sees a sniper actually around barrels. Let's see here, trying to get to the sniper. Owen's still there.
Oh, interestingly, Charles Barkley is looking to get the pick on the heavy, doesn't manage to get it, but yeah, Owen is on the spy right now, disguised as a scout, actually. Kind of weird positioning from him, because I think he'll get spotted out. Yeah, he's just running back, you're right.
Back to the heavy. Oh, more scout. Scout works too.
Yeah, we'll find out. They've been in this situation now where nobody's recaptured the Spire for about 4.5 minutes, I want to say. So another 5 minutes of this, and we may actually see a stalemate in the round reset.
I've actually never seen that in a competitive ESEA game. Never, not once.
Neither have I. These guys look like they might just make it the first. The Squirrel Clickers, even them, kind of like, come on, guys, let's get something to happen. But it looks like something did happen.
Oh,
Charles Barkley.
Pop.
Charles
the
Barkley,
red Uber hasn't popped yet. There it goes. The question is Smarf going to be able to stay hidden? No, he gets spotted. That's going to be a failed push on their part unless they can get a scout in. Just like that. No, I don't think he's going to get it. But does pick the medic. That is enormous right here. Overseer has gone down. He was standing on the point.
And there you go. Heavy now standing on the point there, getting very close to capturing it, but JP is knocked out. And wow, Dancing Queen was taken down there as well, so it could have been a huge advantage there for our Squirrel Clickers team, but now they're actually losing their Spire once again. You know, they should be able to stop this, but Mouse here getting in position. Oh, this soldier coming in where nobody saw him, though, and it looks like Sleepy might end up dying here, but not before the Demo Man, Mouse, goes down for point and click.
I think Sleepy should have gone for the point instead of the Demo Man. The Demo Man was not a threat to him or his team. But you know what? It worked out just fine. They retake Spire, and we are not going to see a round reset.
No.
Or I guess we still might,
anyway.
But I certainly hope not.
No, and I'm going to be surprised here if Squirrel
nice
Clickers
pick.
can't find a way to get the kills. Yeah, they've killed Tool now. That's one soldier down.
They do have the 20% advantage, or so.
Well,
15.
Yeah, I mean, they can do one of two things here. They can either wait for the Uber advantage and thus wait for that soldier to respawn, or they can just push in. And yeah, they may have tried to push in there with Sleepy, but he didn't get any kills or anything. So.
That was just sloppy work there. He knew he was pushing a 1v5. Why would you ever put yourself in a 1v5 situation like that? I think that he would have served his, well, he went heavy, so maybe that was his intention, but I think he would have served his team better by either going for the medic or not trying to suicide there at all.
We do have Tool from Point and Click on the Spy now, using that Cloak and Dagger, so he's going to stay completely invisible here until he gets to the exact right position he wants to be in. He's going to be looking for that medic pick, if anything. Although
I think he wants to go the other way, though. It's kind of a...
Yeah, this is not good. Don't go there. There you go. Looks like JP actually got taken out by a body shot there from Charles Barkley, so Barkley looking like he's gearing up for another Chaos Dunk. Tool, what are you doing? Just let your cloak build up, man.
But he needs to, I think he needs to go the other way. Yeah, he's spotted.
No, yeah, he's just getting out of there. He's just like, yeah, I don't want to play Spy anymore. I want to play something more fun than Cloak and Dagger Spy.
Pyro.
Yeah,
right.
Pyro.
Oh, or Soldier. Soldier works too, I guess.
Okay, and Charles Barkley.
I like the Pyro, though. I do like the Pyro decision here.
It wouldn't be a bad decision, although it wouldn't be the greatest, because really what you want to use Pyro for is all the air blasts when the enemy's pushing in and you don't have your own Uber. He's just there kind of as a desperation play to keep the Uber out.
Well, it can work in even Uber situations where a team is backblasting. Oh, they're going to push in again.
Well, they did get the kill on the heavy, so I mean, they're yeah. It's probably not a great idea here. Sicario doing a lot of damage to the enemy combo, though, and they do force that Uber pretty early here. Yeah, this is not going to be good, because now...
I was about to say, if they manage to take upper lobby and just do an upper hold with it, then maybe. But they didn't transition to upper lobby. They transitioned into suiciding their entire team, and now they're all out of position. It's just Owen defending the point. They're going to get lucky here. They're just going to get lucky. That's what that was.
Yeah, that's just about. Sal coming in here, he may end up going for this capture now. It's only Overseer left alive. Going to try to defend the point, but may not be able to deal with the scout there. Oh, it's going to be so close. Sal trying to get the kill here on this scout now, and if he can do it, he's going to win the round for his team. Going for the bat, and he gets the bat kill on Charles Barkley.
Wow. I'm sorry, but why did they push out there? That was just... I don't... Yeah, they got the kill in the heavy, but you can't push off one pick like that. And that really lost them that point. There's no doubt in my mind that if they had to sit back, that wouldn't have happened.
Kosa taking another weird rollout here. He's going to the valley and trying to get some sticky bomb damage immediately, but missing pretty much all of them.
Well, that's what worked last time.
This time around, though, it looks like our red team may be a little bit more prepared for it. They are dealing a lot of damage right now. Sleepy is